Hello and welcome back to the first event of the 2018 Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championship, fueled by Petron. We'll be coming to race 2 in just a moment, but before then, let's walk down the pit lane.
A lot of pressure, so I think that a lot of mistake to the rival. Okay.
Good start is key, and hopefully I'll be looking down the inside of turn 1. And yeah, let's see if a little magic can happen today. So, see you guys on the other side.
Yeah, look, we've had a couple of different categories on track. As you said, the track's dried out a lot, so it's going to be pretty interesting. And all the other drivers are starting in mixed grid conditions, so it'll make for a really interesting race.
Thanks, Aidan. That was a lot of information. Now let's head up to the commentary booth and see what's going to happen this race. I'm Aaron Thompson, and I'm joined now by Aidan Wright, Formula 4 driver coach.
Yeah, it's great to be here, Aaron. I'm really excited for this race. After watching race 1, there was so many position changes. It was really exciting racing. So hopefully the sun's come out here. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm really looking forward to this.
Thank you very much, Aidan. Thank you for being down here. So we're coming to you live now from race 1, and I see the yellow flag there. That might mean that there's a delay to the race. We did see some cones near the edge of the track, so just bear with us a moment as we see what happens. But before we get to that, let's have a quick look at the starting grid. In pole position, it's Adam D'Agostino, a newcomer from Canada, followed by Ryo Kamikado and his brethren Kumo Musataka, both Japanese drivers, both new to the championship, but they've been doing a lot of pre-season testing. Alistair Young, the third place rookie driver from the last race, is in 4th, followed by Luke Thompson, Presley Martono, Timothy O, Kane Shepherd, Muis Mustafa, and Alessandro Giretti. And I just saw the green flag, which means the race is about to start. The red lights are on, and they will go out any moment, and we are underway. It seems to be a very slow start off for the beginner. We can see, for the pole position, but he's maintaining it. Coming down now into turn 1, we can see a lot of action there. That looks like Presley Martono in the orange car, number 32. He's alongside Luke Thompson and Muis Mustafa coming. Oh, sorry, that's Alistair Young. 4 wide into turn 1, and Presley is up into P2 at the moment. But along the outside, number 46, that's Kubo Masataka, I think, coming around into turn 2. He's going to try and gain back a position. Not quite. The other purple car managing to get ahead of him. Coming down now, you can see the drivers passing through turn 3, and they're going to come up the big hill into turn 4. Turn 4, a very popular overtaking maneuver, and Presley is in exactly the right position to make a move. And he's already got the inside line. That's exactly where you want to be. You can see Luke Thompson now, number 42 in 3rd place. Also going to make the same move as well on Adam D'Agostino. That's extremely bad luck for the young Canadian driver, losing 2 positions there from pole at at turn 4.
Yeah, it's going to be great to see. Adam did really well on the start. He held his ground, and moving into turn 4, Presley's just got that little bit of edge on him. It was great to see Luke Thompson really follow him through, and hopefully he can really push Presley throughout the race.
So we can see the pack still hasn't separated yet, but we've now got Presley up front, followed by Luke Thompson, and in 3rd, that's Adam D'Agostino. In 4th, I believe that's actually Kane Shepherd, the number 3 blue car, trying to make a move around Adam as well. You can see Presley and Luke have built a bit of a lead up of the other pack, coming up into turn 9. Big uphill corner, lots of overtaking here. Might be a move from further back in the pack. Now we can see Presley leading Luke through turn 10, 11. Just on your screen now, you can see Kane Shepherd's made a move. He's in P3 now. Kane Shepherd, the rookie champion from last year, he's come back trying to be the overall champion this year. And you can see the drivers now coming into turn 12. What kind of speed are the drivers taking this corner?
They're going at about 160 kilometers an hour. All I can say is that the drivers that started at the rear of the field, they really need to try and make sure that
a move there from the yellow car. Is that Muis Mustafa, I think, perhaps? Not quite sticking it though, but we can see the other car, yellow car as well. Now coming down the back straight, you can see Presley leading Luke into turn 15. In the last event of last year, we saw Luke Thompson make an amazing move in turn 15 around the outside and overtaking 2 cars, Presley Martono being one of them. Perhaps he can try something now into turn 1. He did talk to us at the beginning of race 1, saying that that's where he wants to make his move. That's the best chance. So we can see 2 wide there coming out of turn 15. It looks like maybe Timothy Yo gaining a position. Coming down into turn 1, Luke's a little bit too far back. Maybe he should hold off to turn 4, turn 9. What do you think, Aidan? What would be your advice for him?
Yeah, he needs to get a little bit closer before he makes that move, for sure. You only get one chance in this little bit here to overtake, so he needs to make sure that he's right up Presley Martono's rear.
You can see car number 46 and car number 10. That's Timothy Yo and Kubo Masataka there battling it out.
Yeah, Timothy did really well in race 1. He really needs to make sure that he gets past and makes his way to the front. He needs those points.
Luke's doing quite a good job of keeping up with Presley at the moment. We saw Presley in the last race. We saw Presley extremely fast in the last sector. So that's coming out of turn 9, I believe. So we'll see what happens if Presley can gain a lead. But at the moment, Luke seems to be sticking in there.
Yeah, oh, it looks like Presley just went off the track a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, Presley had great pace in race 1. So with Luke holding with him, I think this will be really good. As long as they can stay away from Kane Shepherd and really make a battle of this, it'll be an interesting race.
On that, we have Presley Motona, who is the race leader, followed by Luke Thompson. Luke is 5 tenths behind, and then Kane Shepherd, an amazing start from Kane. He's now 2.5 seconds behind the second place driver. Coming now through turn 11, you can see Kane there, I think.
Yeah, the field seems to have spread out a little bit more.
Yes. All the drivers passing through safely though, no problems, everyone's going well. You can see Kane again, fantastic start. Just behind him, car number 28. That is that car number 28? Must be car...
That looks like Alessandro Giretti.
Ah, yes, it's Alessandro. Alessandro, of course, was the race winner from the previous race, and that meant he would have started in 10th position, so he's had a fantastic start to get into 4th. At the moment, it looks like Alessandro is actually already the first place rookie, and the second place rookie is already Muiz, followed by Alistair. So actually, it looks like it's going to be the same 3 rookie winners. So we'll see now, has Presley extended his lead? Yes, Presley is now 1.1 seconds ahead of Luke, and Kane as well has dropped back a little bit from Luke, 2.7 seconds instead of the 2.4 of last lap.
Yeah, I think Presley's just got that little bit more experience than Luke. He's really putting in those laps when at the very start where he knows he needs to, just to get away from the field so that he can relax and conserve his tyres for later on in the race. They're all doing a really great job here at the moment.
So coming through now, we've got 9 laps left to go. So what's going through the driver's mind, especially Presley out at the front? Is he now just thinking, okay, just conserve my tyres, just don't make a mistake? Or
in the first couple of laps, it's all about building that gap, and then around lap 5, you really want to switch off and start braking a little bit earlier, conserving your fuel. But for the people in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, it's going to be push, push, push.
So we can see there, that looks like, I can't quite see the number because
Number
the sun glare.
32.
32. That is Presley Martono in the orange car leading us around. Turn 5 and 6. Coming to 7 and 8 there.
Yeah, that's coming into 7 and 8. One of the highest speed corners in the track.
Coming out of turn 8 now, you can see there's maybe going to be a move there between car number 3, car number 28, the blue and the pink. That's Alessandro Giretti trying to go up the inside of turn 9. Maybe Kane can take it back. Kane's now in a really good position though. He might be able to duck down the inside for turn 11.
Oh, I think Alessandro's got this.
Oh, and looks like a car's gone off. That's number 46. I believe that's Kubo Masataka. No, sorry, I'm not correct. That is actually Rio Komikado in the pink car. Oh no, but he's got it going, which means he can continue the race. So we can see there, yes, definitely Alessandro has moved up to 3rd position, followed by Kane. And we're going to come around into turn 15, but this is an opportunity for Kane to take it back. We saw in the previous race Kane had a few issues, perhaps with his tyres, might have damaged them a little bit. Did you get a chance to talk to him about that, maybe?
Yeah, he said a lot of battling and just overheating the tyres. So obviously I spoke to them before all about tyre management and racecraft. It's important that they realise that they have to use the same tyres throughout the entire race weekend, so tyre management is paramount. It's interesting to see that Muiz is 2nd fastest on track behind Presley, so he's really coming through the field nice and fast.
Aidan, we always hear the F1 commentators talking about locking up, but a lot of us less experienced folks maybe don't really understand what it is that happened. Are they just jumping on the brake too hard, or what is it?
Jumping on so they're jumping on the brakes too hard, too late, causing a flat spot, and of course that flat spot can just cause irritation throughout the car, can cause a lot of wobbling and can really upset the whole dynamic of the car. So we try and tell the drivers just to reduce that as much as possible.
So of course these cars as well, they're not like road cars. They don't really have suspension. There's no anti-shock system, so to speak. So you get a flat spot, you're going to be almost shaken out of the car.
Absolutely. They have push rod suspension, so they are incredibly stiff. You get a flat spot on it, you'll definitely know about it.
So we can see there coming into, I believe this is 7 and 8 now. Looks like Presley Martono leading the field. A little bit wide there, Presley.
Yeah, he seems to be doing that every lap. I wonder if it's his strategy. They all seem to be following, really.
Maybe there's
I
a little
think
bit of a dirty spot on the track there. I
Absolutely.
think there was a crash off there, perhaps in the previous race. Maybe there's a bit of oil left over on the track.
Yeah.
But we can see actually they're quite close now, that sector. Timothy seems to be maybe gaining a little bit on Kane Shepherd there. And Alessandro, I think, is gaining a little bit on Luke. He's 2.3 seconds behind, but Presley, the big success, he is now 2.8 seconds ahead of Luke Thompson, who's in second.
Yeah, Luke Thompson is doing really well. He just needs to keep plucking away at it and just keep laying down nice, consistent lap times if he wants that podium. Otherwise, Alessandro and Kane are going to really pounce on him.
So you can see here coming to 10, 11, 12, 160 kilometers an hour, as we learned from Aiden Wright. Aiden, give us a ballpark. What other cars are going to be, what kind of speeds are other cars, like a Porsche, what would you be going through there?
Look, Porsches, they're going to be doing about 240 to 260 depending on the conditions. So these cars, they're a little bit underpowered, but what they lack in straight line speed, they make up phenomenally in the braking and the high speed corners. With that downforce, it's incredible.
So we saw earlier on in the race that, of course, it was all wet weather in the last few races, and in qualifying, I should say. But now, of course, we can see it's a very beautiful sunny day, as we're used to in Sepang. So what's the difference between a wet and a sunny race here?
The difference, obviously, racing line, you find that the racing line in a normal dry condition becomes very slippery in wet conditions. So we tell the drivers to really avoid that and veer off the corners, focusing mainly on braking late, stopping, and then exiting as hard as they can. It's very important. Obviously, it's hard to tell because they're going so fast which is wet and which is dry. So unfortunately, that's just the nature of the beast with racing.
So you can see the cars all there filtering through turn 1 and 2. Now Presley Martono taking us through turn 4. And we can see a big, long snake of cars coming through turn 4. Usually this is a great overtaking spot, but unfortunately no one's quite close enough at the moment.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because it looks like Alessandro is really catching Luke at the moment. So definitely there'll be some battling going on there, and that group of cars is going to catch up to them. So really looking forward to that fight.
Kane as well is not out of the story. He's only 1 second behind Alessandro at the moment. A little bit wide there for the blue car. That might be Kane actually, as I speak about him. Bit of a commentator cuss at the moment there.
Yeah, they're all doing really well. It's interesting to see all the drivers that start at the rear of the field. They've all made their way up the front. Interestingly enough, Presley Martono really took advantage of that starting 5th position, and he's just gotten out in front and put down the laps consistently, and he's bolted away from the field.
So at the moment as well, just to check back in the Rookie Championship, it seems like we would have Alessandro, Moise, and Alistair 1, 2, 3 in the Rookie Championship, same as the last race. And if everything stays as it is, we'll see Presley Martono, Luke Thompson, and Alessandro Duretti stand atop the podium for the overall championship as well.
Yeah. I was here when Luke first started racing, and he has come such a long way. The experience that he's had around this track, it's incredible. So really looking forward to see him developing as a driver even more.
So of course, Luke Thompson, winner of the Best Recovery Award last year at the Meritus Awards Gala 2017, presented by Petron. It was a brilliant, a bit of a lock-up there from the yellow car. That looked like perhaps Moise Mujaka. Can't quite make it out from here, but I believe so. We can see the pink and purple car now coming into turn 1. That's Luke Thompson and Alessandro Duretti, as we've been talking about. They are going to be in position to have an amazing battle in the coming laps. It looks like it's going to be down to lap 5, 4, 3. Something's going to happen there. And Kane as well. Kane is actually maintaining his gap. He was 9/10 off last lap, and he's 9/10 off now. So he's not out of the race. Don't count him out. He is the rookie champion after all. And we expect him to be up on the podium again very soon. So we can see maybe a move here into turn 4, but I think actually maybe he lost a bit of speed, lost his chance there. But no, he's now right up behind Luke. He's going to make a move into turn 5. This is going to be something to see. But instead, we're watching Presley Martono coming around into turn 6 and 7.
Here we have them. Let's see who's
Here
out
we
in front.
I think it's still Alessandro behind.
Yep.
I think that was a purple car.
I'm looking forward to turn 9. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, coming now down into turn 9. We can see Luke and Alessandro.
Yeah, Luke's got him covered.
Yeah, Luke's good defensive driving there.
He might have a better drive on the exit. I think he needs to wait until 15. He's just not close enough. Okay, he's going to burn out his tyres. He really needs to make sure he makes this pass stick.
So another thing, of course, to think of is the event championship. With one race win under his belt, of course, that means Alessandro Giretti is in the lead for the event championship, and he's got to think about that, because the event championship, that's what matters this weekend. Try and walk away with that.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, look, this is a championship.
Timothy Yeo there and Moise Machafra. Something's going to happen there.
Yeah,
Leading
yeah.
into turn 15. Bit of a lock-up, I think, by perhaps it was Moise.
Yeah, he looked like he locked his inside right. Here we go. Is there going to be a pass? Luke's definitely blocking in there.
But we have seen people overtake. Oh, and he's going to go down the inside.
He made it stick.
Oh, bit of a lock-up. But no, that's Alessandro out ahead now. And Kane Shepherd taking advantage. He's alongside number 42. That's Luke Thompson. Down through the down through the start-finish straight. You see Presley leading them around, but the big action is here. Car number 42, car number 3, too wide into turn 1. Kane's got the inside line. That's better for turn 1, but turn 2, you want to be on the outside. Turn 2 is the opposite line.
Can he make it back? No. It
not
looks like Kane's got it.
And Timothy as well, he's secured his position with Moise at the moment. So we can see now Presley leading us through turn 4. And of course Alessandro Giretti now in second position.
Here we've got
Kane Shepherd is taking over Luke. And is leading us through turn 4. Interesting to note, Presley Martono is now 6 seconds out ahead of the field.
This is an interesting battle developing between Moise and Timothy Yeo. I think he's going to go for it through turn 9. He's just gone a little bit wide there, so he's lost a bit of positioning actually. This will be interesting.
We've seen some great racing through Sepang over the last few years. In turn 9, turn 4, turn 1, turn 15, these are all the spots that we know something's going to happen. But interestingly, I don't know if it's been designed that way, but in turn 1, if you get around the outside on turn 1, then you take it through turn 2 on the inside. The same thing on turn 9. You see people go up the inside of turn 9, but then lose advantage going through turn 10 and 11. Their competitor takes the position back. It's a very beautiful circuit.
Yeah, absolutely. It's basically a big switchback, so the fight's never really over.
So we can see Kane Shepherd now coming through turn 14, just behind Alessandro Giretti. Looks like he's 6/10. No, sorry, that's an outdated time. But we'll see in a moment when they cross the start-finish line where everybody is.
Yeah, he is.
Presley Martono, of course, coming down the back straight, about to take turn 15. And Kane Shepherd's going to make a move. He's more than close enough. Around the outside, we've seen them make that stick before. Oh, big lock-up. Looks like that's Luke Thompson locking up there. That's going to give the driver behind him, I think it's Timothy Yeo, a bit of an advantage. So what's going to happen now at turn 1? You can see Kane right up behind Alessandro. He's going to make a move. Going the outside now. He's going down the inside. Oh, that's 2 moves by Alessandro. That might cause a problem for him with the scrutineers.
I wonder if he can make it up the inside for turn 2.
No, I don't think so. He's going to wait. He's going to go for turn 4, maybe turn 9.
You can see Moise has dropped off a little bit through Timothy. He may be trying to claw back a little bit. He definitely lost a lot of time through the back section of the track. But here we have Kane. Let's see if he goes for turn 4.
We've seen some excellent overtaking here, even in the last race, but no, not quite. Maybe turn 9.
Yeah, just not close enough.
We said before, Kane, he did have a bit of problem with his tyres in the first race. They might not be quite right, might not have the advantage at the moment.
Yeah, look, the tyre pressures in this place can wreak havoc on the control of the car, and especially with this heat. So it'd be interesting to see exactly what's happening out there.
All again going a little bit wide there into turn 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird part of the track to go wide because it is very rough, but hey, if you're getting an advantage from it, why not?
Oh, it looks like Alessandro Giretti has a little bit of damage on his front wing. The right-hand side seems to be hanging down a bit. Must have been a bit of contact between him and perhaps Kane Shepherd at turn 15 the last lap.
Yeah, this is really interesting. Be interested to see exactly what happens there.
So here's some new news. It looks like, oh no, I'm sorry. I thought I saw Kubo Masataka had overtaken Alistair Young, but I'm incorrect. You can see now turn 12 again, Presley Martono. Presley Martono has lost his lead. He's lost 3 seconds in the last lap.
Yeah, he is getting caught up a lot. We did see this happen last race, so let's see what happens. Maybe he's getting back into mix with the others.
this is something that we see a lot in Formula 4, especially in Buriram last year. It always comes down to the last lap. We had 5 races last year where in the one event in Buriram where it all came down to the last corner, last lap, everything happened.
That's it. You know, the race isn't over until the checkered flag waves. So, yeah.
And we see Kane as well. They're all very close now between Presley, Alessandro, and Kane.
Yeah, even Luke, he's coming back into the picture. He's right there with them. Wow, this is really turning out to be an interesting race. Look at them all following each other, trying to get in each other's slipstream.
And the red and yellow cars there, I think that's Timothy Yeo and another Malaysian, Muiz Mustafa. Muiz, of course, doing excellently this week. But a lock up there by number 10, that's Timothy Yeo. It's going to give advantage to Mr. Mustafa.
Yeah, he just can't find a way past him.
Yeah, it's been a few laps. Muiz has been containing that position. He's right up behind him, but can't find a way past. Perhaps through turn 4, maybe through turn 9 of this lap, he is right behind him. The difference, let me check for you now, seems to be 0.2 seconds there, 2/10 off. And neck and neck at the moment through turn 4, but not quite still. Turn 5, very, very difficult. Never seen an overtaking position, but Muiz maybe trying it. No, not quite. Going outside again. That's Presley Martona there, leading us through turn 7.
Yeah, so he's 7/10. He's lost 6 seconds in that last lap, so he must have gone off somewhere and lost a lot of time.
So now we see again, here's Muiz Mustafa. This is where something's going to happen. I think maybe turn 9. He might try and dive bomb up through the inside.
Oh, he has to. He's so close.
He's really outside. He's going to try and switch back, or... Yeah, here we go. There's the move.
Yes.
Alongside, doesn't stick it. Timothy closes the door. But, Muiz is in good position now. He can try and bide his time. Turn 15. Turn 15.
Yeah, turn 15. If he can, turn 14, get the job done so he can move on. But I'd say wait until turn 15.
I don't think I've ever actually seen a turn 14 overtake in these cars.
Oh.
Because they're sliding around a lot at that point.
Yeah, they are sliding around a bit. They've got, there's a lot of things happening. So maybe the drivers can't quite concentrate on that turn 14 passing.
So we can see actually Muiz seems to have dropped back just a little bit, maybe from trying to make that move at turn 9. Of course, the drivers now coming down through turn 15, and we can see Alessandro Giretti right up behind Presley Martona, and Kane Shepherd, of course, not letting them get away from him. He's going to try and make a move as well. We saw before that when the first 2 drivers are battling, Kane Shepherd manages to sneak up and get past. Looks like there's going to be something happening into turn 1. Alessandro is right up behind Mr. Presley Martona. It's important to note now, you're only allowed to make 1 change of direction to defend yourself.
Yeah, Presley isn't going to make this easy for him.
So here, Alessandro Giretti is along the outside of turn 1. It's exactly where you want to be because it gives you advantage going into turn 2 and you can sneak down the inside, but no, Mr. Giretti is not quite there. Maybe you can try again at turn turn 4.
Just too clever. Right car positioning, absolutely.
So we see as well, I'm interested to know what's going on with Muiz and Timothy. Muiz is right there, right behind him, but just not managing to find a way past.
Yeah, he's
sorry
much faster.
Sorry to interrupt. We're just seeing now Alessandro side by side into turn 4. Anything happening around the outside at turn 4? And he's made it stick, but what's going to happen at turn 5? Nope. Presley's going down the inside at turn 5, it looks like. Not somewhere I've ever seen an overtake before, but I've always wanted to.
Yeah. I've never seen anyone overtake on the outside of turn 4.
The most interesting thing I've ever seen is Ishan Perez last year. He tried to overtake at turn 7. He was so close, but he just lost control. He actually made the overtake, and then he lost control midway through the corner and spun out.
Look at them, all 4 of them, nose to tail heading into turn 9. Wow, this is with
Presley's making a move around the outside. Is going to be contact? No, not quite. Now Presley's going to try and dive up. Nope. But Kane is now right behind Presley Martona, so Presley is in trouble now. He's got to defend and attack at the same time, and he's going to do something coming into 11 and 12.
Yeah, he won't want to lose this one.
So we'll see the drivers now in a moment come through turn 10, 11, 12. Here we are. Alessandro Giretti ahead of Presley, as we know. Kane Shepherd in his position. Looks like Luke Thompson there, going around the outside, and of course followed by Timothy Yeo and Muiz Mustafa in the red and yellow cars on your screen now. We're going to see something happen. Muiz is not going to let this stand. He wants to get past number 10.
Yeah, he's been trying all race. He's got 2 laps left to do it. Let's hope he can get it done.
So Presley Martona now alongside on the outside, turn 15. Oh, big lock up from Alessandro. And we can see Moise as well, not quite managed to make a move, but still everyone's in the same positions, and they are, as you said, nose to tail with 2 laps to go. No, sorry, this is going to be 1 lap to go now as they cross the line.
Last lap.
Here we are, coming side by side into turn 1, and Luke's probably going to try and make a move on Kane Shepherd as well. What's he going to do? No, not quite there, but Presley along the outside. Can he take the advantage and get into turn 2? Nope.
I think we're going to see a reversal. I think he's going to go for turn 4, absolutely.
I want to see what happens with Timothy Musiafa.
Yeah, we've
2
got...
Malaysians there battling it out, of course.
What an interesting race. Here we go. Oh, a lot of fighting here moving into turn 4. Let's see if Presley can make it around the outside.
That's first and second.
He has.
Oh, he did the same move. Oh, no, but he's gone wide. Gone wide and he's on the grass. He's lost position. Kane Shepherd looks like he's taken second. Maybe Luke Thompson will take third now. We'll see in a moment as they come into turn 7 and 8. And yes, Luke Thompson in third at the moment, but he's going to have a difficult time defending up into turn 9. But of course, going off the track, that's got to damage your tires, Aiden. What happens? What's Presley going to do now?
Oh, I mean, what can you do? He just lost 2 positions in 1 corner. Well, 3 positions. So heading into a couple of corners left. Let's see if he can pass Luke and hopefully Kane. He's going to go for Luke. Oh, no,
Luke's
too far
actually
back.
going to go and try for number 3. He's going to go up the inside now and around the outside of turn 10. No, doesn't quite try that.
Oh, this is exciting.
Here goes Luke. He's going down the inside. Doesn't quite make it. Number 3 closes the door on him.
Yeah, he had a bit of a sniff there. Let's see if he make it for turn 14 or 15. He hasn't got long left.
And there we just saw Timotheo and Moise Musiafa, of course, in the same position. Alessandro Giretti has already built up a little bit of a lead in the short time that he's been there. But Kane Shepherd and Luke Thompson are battling it out now. This is where it's going to be, turn 15. Turn 15, the final corner, the final lap. And we're going to see what's going to happen in this race.
Oh, the final corner. Let's see what happens.
So we can see, no, Luke's probably too far back to try anything on Kane at this point. But Presley is going to fight down right to the end to get past Luke Thompson.
Moise still can't find a way past Timothy.
And as they come down the final straight, we can see now it is Alessandro Giretti yet again in first position, followed by Kane Shepherd, the rookie champion last year, in second place.
I made up various places on the first lap, and then I think from there on it was quite stale, and then ahead Alessandro and Presley started to fight and things started to escalate.
So yeah, for me it's quite a good feeling, just